What's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video, and we are coming up on one of the most exciting times as a PC gamer, and one of the most exciting times, I feel like, as just a human. You know, the holidays, even if you don't celebrate Christmas, you know, the festive spirit, I always feel like, just generates good vibes. But as a PC gamer, obviously, there's a little thing called the Steam Winter Sale that's coming up, and it's an opportunity for you to spend a lot of money. Now, I like to do this video before both of the major Steam sales every year, and it's just some tips to survive. A lot of this is retread, and if you've been watching my channel for a long time, you're already gonna know what's up. But things do change year over year, some little things, and little things you learn over time. And obviously, there's always a new audience that checks out these videos, new PC gamers, new subscribers that I've gained, which I'm very appreciative of. The channel's been doing pretty damn well over the last few months, and thank you all for that. But with that being said, there's a lot of tips to go over, so let's get right into this. We've got 6 things to know and 6 tips to survive the Steam Winter Sale 2024. So, right off the bat, you already know, before you buy any games, sit down for a second, you guys, because I gotta do this as well. Can we all, as a collective force, just take the moment to assess our backlog? Can we look at the games that we already have in our Steam library? Not only in our Steam library, what games do you have on other platforms? What games do you have on the Epic Games Store? If you claim those free games, GOG's been crushing it as well. A lot of people getting their Prime free offers. There's a lot of games that we already own, and sure, 90% off deals. I know some of you guys just are gonna see Suicide Squad, as trash as that game may be perceived to be. Oh my god, this game came out back in January and it's $3, I gotta buy it. Like, no, you don't gotta buy it. Assess your backlog. How many games do you really have to play? Because I guarantee you, for probably 70% of the people that watch my videos, they've got a backlog where if they played every single game in that backlog, not even every single game, if they just, tackled their backlog for 6 months, they would have enough games to play over the course of that 6 months. And why do I say 6 months? Because 6 months from now, the Steam Summer Sale is gonna start. So, you guys always have games in your backlog, and if you already have a hefty backlog that's daunting already, I have a backlog that in this lifetime, I'm not going to be able to get through. It's just GG, no re, as far as, tackling the backlog, playing new releases, etc., etc. But at this point, I'm also very selective as far as what games I'm adding to the backlog. Yeah, I'll buy games every now and again, but it makes me be more selective. Assessing your backlog and realizing you have a lot of games to play doesn't mean an outright rejection of buying any other games. It's just being more selective. Realizing that, hey, if I add an open world RPG from like 2014 to this backlog, that's a sizable addition. Whereas a game like, I'll take a Shadows of the Damned, the remastered version of that just came out. That's a game that I'd be a little bit more comfortable adding to my backlog because I know it's a fairly short game and I can go through it and then I can move on. That's just how I tackle it, but assess your backlog, and that should be something that influences your buying decisions going forward. Number 2. If you watch my channel, you know that I do my videos of games under $3, games under $5, games under $10, because those are the most enticing deals, and guess what? Those are the videos that get the most views. However, realize that those thresholds, while it's very enticing to get a game under $3, under $5, under $10, it doesn't mean nearly as much as it used to for a variety of reasons. And this is actually one of the new tips that I want to go over, because that under 3, under 5, under 10, that category is so popular. I mean, Steam has set filters for those price thresholds, and great that they have that. However, those price thresholds mean so much less because, first of all, there are just so many games under that price threshold that even if you're like, I'm only gonna buy games under the price of $5, well, good luck at that. You limited your selection from like 2 million games to 200,000 games. So while you did limit it quite a lot, there's still a lot to go over. On top of that, under $5, while less than $5 sounds enticing, games can get cheaper. Suicide Squad is $3 right now on Green Man Gaming. Humble bundles exist where games are just baked into a part of a bundle. You've got games literally being given out for free as a part of your Prime subscription. If you have that on GOG, Epic Games Store is giving out free games. Like, that price threshold of under 5, under 10, it's still enticing and it's always going to draw people in, but realize that it means a lot less than it does, which is kind of crazy to think about. Like, given that the value of the dollar is becoming less and less, you would think that games would just get more expensive, and they are to an extent, of games now being $70, but in reality, when you talk about buying games at a budget, because there's so much competition, the games are being given out, games are going dirt cheap, and yeah, like under $3, it's great. Witcher 2 for under $3 is always going to be a good pickup. Batman Arkham, always going to be a good pickup. Witcher 3 Complete Edition for $9.99, always going to be a good pickup. But it is something you have to assess at a case-by-case basis. Number 3, and this is probably one of the most important tips that I like to reiterate every single time because it is so crucial. If you are buying a game at a premium price, and I would say premium is anything above $10, make sure it is a game that you are planning to play in the relative near future. Those games are going to go on sale again. It's not the end of the world if you don't pick it up now, and more importantly, chances are those games are gonna go even cheaper. Look, I imagine on the basis that Dragon Age Veilguard just came out and that game is already 35% off, EA's got some of their deals early for the holiday sale. $39 for Veilguard, to some people, I get it. People like to crap on that game, and the game's not great. I would say, you know, anything above like 15 to 20 is way too much for that game, but I digress. It just came out, so people might be like, oh my god, it's $39, 35% off already. Let me just buy it, I'll get to it when I get to it. Well, that's not the way to go. Veilguard is a game that, if you look at it, it's already 35% off, and it's been a month and a half since it's been out. Y'all really think that 6 months from now, when the summer sale kicks off, or 7 months from now, when, you know, there's a sale running, that, Veilguard's gonna be 35% off? Most likely, it's gonna be 50 to 60% off. Most likely, given that Veilguard is so cheap already, it's gonna get baked into EA Access, you know, not anytime super soon, but in the future it will. It's just something to consider. Like, Veilguard's a game that, unless you're planning on playing it, like, next week, do not be buying that game. Warhammer Space Marine 2, love that game. If you're only planning on buying that game to keep it in your backlog for 3 months, don't do that. Really, don't do that for any game above $10, because those games are either gonna go on sale for the same price point, or they're gonna go even cheaper. A lot of you guys might want to pick up Red Dead Redemption. Maybe that'll be 20% off for $40 again. Well, RDR1 might go on sale to $30 because that is something that's the deal that they offer on the PlayStation Store, and I mean $30 in the future. Rockstar Games isn't the best example because their games get to a certain price threshold, and then they kind of just level out. They don't hit $5 on a lot of their games, but you get the idea. So, again, if you're buying games at a premium price, just make sure you're gonna play them in the near future, and by near future, I would say in the next 2 months, like somewhere in that time frame, I think makes sense. Number 4, do your research on ports. Utilize Steam refunds if the performance isn't great as well. This is kind of a dicey territory that you get into when you're buying mad games just to throw them into the backlog, because I've seen this transpire so many times, and it happens to me as well, where you buy games that are $3 to $5, you're just like, let me get this into my backlog, let me get this into my backlog, and then 6 months from now, you decide to play it. Oh, would you look at that? The game is broken on PC because either it's just a bad port, it's 15 years old, and it's not being updated anymore. Yes, there are mods available, there are fixes available online, but it's just a matter of, do you want to do that work to get stuff working? And just realize that a lot of the times that ports, especially for games that are older, are going to have compatibility issues. Shout out to GOG's preservation program. And even ports from yesteryear, a couple months ago, they have their issues. Y'all, a lot of people might want to pick up Star Wars Jedi Survivor. It's probably going to be on sale for $17 and change. I believe it's actually on sale for that price point. Great game, absolutely would recommend it. That game has a lot of performance issues, so if you're going to can it in the backlog for a while, that's fine in a lot of instances. However, remember, the refund threshold, which the Steam refunds has been a godsend for the case of bad PC ports, because you could just get your money back, but that refund window expires after 2 weeks, so if you wait 2 months to play a Jedi Survivor because it's been chilling in your backlog for so long, and then you realize, oh, this port's actually a pile of trash. You can't get a refund at that point, and that is going to be incredibly unfortunate. Now, I understand that you guys can't take the time, or at least most people are not going to take the time, buy a ton of games that are priced at $1, $2, $3, and then test all of them to make sure that they run, but realize that is something to consider. And, you know, if you're buying 10 $3 games and you're just banking them in the backlog, like, how many of them are you really gonna get to in the span of like 2 to 3 months? Like, they're gonna go on sale again. But again, I can reiterate that point all day. Number 5, obviously, do shop on other retailers. They usually have better prices and you get Steam keys. Only caveat is no refunds. Now, most of the times you get Steam keys, there's caveats with games like the Rockstar titles. You'll get a Rockstar code, and Ubisoft Connect code. You know, they're trying to push their own launchers and whatnot, so just be mindful of that. But like a Square Enix game, even a game that's not out, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is $49 on Steam, $49 plus tax. Green Man Gaming, if you're an XP member, $40 and change, no tax. And you see deals like that just regularly. Just to keep it to the Square Enix thing, Sleeping Dogs, $3 on Steam, $2.40 on GMG. You know, a little bit cheaper at GMG. Humble Bundle, Games Planet. There's a lot of good e-tailers that offer great deals. Again, the only issue is, and it's not that big of an issue, is that you can't utilize Steam refunds, but you know, if you're buying super cheap titles and you want to keep those games anyway, it looks like it's a good port, get them a little bit cheaper, and that'll end up paying dividends. Number 6, and my final tip is, do not be afraid to skip the sale outright. Look, all of the colorful decorations on the Steam store page, they're a little enticing. I get it. Seeing 80% off, 75% off, 60% off, 90% off, 95% off for Suicide Squad. All of that is super enticing, but at the end of the day, like, look past that. Look past the colorful nature of it, the fact that your boys are picking up games. Realize that you have to assess the value in how it's going to fit into your life. A game that is on sale, let's say Suicide Squad for $3, because I just imagine a lot of people are going to pick it up because it's so damn cheap, even though the game is mid. A lot of people are going to pick that game up. At the end of the day, Warner Brothers is probably going to make out like a bandit because they're just selling the game at $3. Yeah, that game is the biggest L in the world, but a lot of people are going to pick it up that otherwise wouldn't have picked it up. There's going to be a ton of people that play that game for 20 minutes and realize that it's trash and never play it again. So really, was that $3 well spent? Yeah, you got a game into your library, but even though there was the colorful 95% off, oh my god, the game came out earlier this year, it ultimately offered no value to your life. There is more when it comes to buying games than just that dollar amount. It's really, how does that game apply to your current living situation? For somebody that is a, you know, high school student that's on their winter break and they have a lot of time to invest into video games, picking up a Witcher 3 for $9.99 makes a lot of sense because they got the hours in the day to sink time into Witcher 3. For somebody that's got kids and works overtime and they have a limited amount of time, Witcher 3, just to chill in the backlog for a year, doesn't offer them a lot of value to their life. And I get it, I'm not trying to get like all crazy with interpreting value, but sometimes we do boil it down to just, oh my god, it's 80% off for $9.99, it's 70% off for $2.99, whatever the case may be, where it's more important to understand that spending money is supposed to acquire value into your life, and how everyone acquires value is going to be a little bit different. And for some people, the most valuable thing you could do is skip the sale outright, save your money, play the games in your backlog, or you know, do other things. If you're not in the mood to play games, I know I get that way as well. Gaming is just not what I want to do all the time, and there's been periods in my life where I just wasn't in the gaming mood. Why would I buy a bunch of games just because they're on sale? They're gonna be on sale again. They might even be free. They might even be deeper discounted, etc., etc. But that'll do it for me. Again, didn't mean to get all crazy at the end there, but it is important to understand that, you know, just assessing it from the monetary value of, oh, this game is $2.99. That $2.99, first of all, doesn't mean as much to everybody. Some people are strapped dollar for dollar, and other people are strapped for time. Time is value, as is money is value, and that value is different for each individual person. But that'll do it for me. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. I'm still super excited for the sale. I'm excited to cover it, but I do think that sometimes you do have to be a little bit more selective. Just be a little selective, be a little bit smart, and we're all prone to making some dumb decisions when all the sales are running, but just try to, lessen the dumb decisions as much as possible. But again, that'll do it for me. I'll catch you guys in the next one and for all the sale coverage. Peace. Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush here again. Hope you enjoyed the video. As you guys might know, YouTube's notification system is sometimes a little bit wonky, even if you're subscribed to the channel. Maybe you're not abundantly aware that I uploaded a video. To remedy that situation, make sure you hit the bell notification button. This way, whenever I upload a new video, and I try to upload as consistently as possible, you will be notified directly of the upload, and you can watch it as soon as it goes live. I would really appreciate if you guys hit that button so you can stay up to date with all of the content I'm posting. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.